Hello everyone, welcome to all for the lecture series of Naval Architecture for MEO examination. If you are visiting my channel first time, please like, share and subscribe. Also, don't forget to press the bell icon to get the exciting lectures on Naval Architecture.
Hello everyone, this is the lecture number 30 of the lecture series of Naval Architecture made for the MEO examination. In this lecture, we are going to continue with the numerical integration with the help of a Simpson's rule. In earlier class, in class number 12, we have seen the numerical integration with the help of a trapezoidal rule. Now we will continue with the same methodology and the applications will remain same, but we are going to solve the numerical with the help of a Simpson's rule. So before starting that, let me explain about how to proceed for this. So this is the second method, that is a Simpson's rule. So as I already told that in Simpson's rule there are two rules. Simpson's first rule we will call as a 1/3 rule, and second rule we will call as a 3/8 rule of a Simpson's. Generally we will write here the Simpson's multiplier as we have seen the trapezoidal multiplier. In the same way we have a Simpson's multiplier here. So I will write here, we will discuss all the things. The Simpson's multiplier will be like this: 1, 4, 1 for the first rule, and for the second rule it will be 1, 3, 3, 1. These are the Simpson's multipliers are there. So again write the note, very important note, for using Simpson's multiplier. If you want to use the Simpson's first rule, the minimum number of ordinates should be 3, and number of intervals is completely divisible by 2. This is same as that of a trapezoidal rule. Okay, so which rule is applicable, whether it is the first rule or the second rule, you have to see the number of ordinates and then you have to decide. It has to satisfy these two conditions. Then for the second rule, minimum number of ordinates should be 4. So you should have a 4 minimum ordinates, and the second note for the second rule is number of intervals is completely divisible by 3. So this is the very important points. See why I am saying this. If you get the numericals, they will not ask you which rule is applicable, which rule you have to use. They will not ask. you have to see how many number of intervals are available, and then you have to check these two conditions. If the number of intervals is completely divisible by 2, then you have to use the first rule. If the number of intervals is completely divisible by 3, then you have to use the second rule. Okay, now consider that now Simpson's first rule. Simpson's first rule. So what is the formula for Simpson's first rule? It will be like this: h by 3 into 1y0 plus 4y1 plus 1y2. Again, the methodology will be remain same. If y0, y1, y2 are a length, then after using the formula, you will get area. If y0, y1 and y2 are area, then after using a formula, you can say above formula, you will get volume. So this is the same as that of a trapezoidal rule. Okay, now in this case you can see the coefficient of y0, y1, y2 is 1, 4, 1. So this coefficient we will call now Simpson's multiplier. As we have used the trapezoidal multiplier, now in this case we will call it as a Simpson's multiplier 1, 4, 1. So for the Simpson's first rule, the Simpson's multiplier is 1, 4, 1. Okay, now you might be thinking that, sir, in case of a trapezoidal rule also you were saying that there are 3 ordinates is required. There are 3 ordinates is required in case of a trapezoidal rule. In case of a trapezoidal rule, what I told, you have to use the 3 ordinates. You have to use the minimum 3 ordinates to calculate the area or the volume y0, y1, y2 and the equal spacing. But you try to understand, when we were making the trapezoid here, we are drawing a straight line between the 2 ordinates like this. We were drawing the straight line like this. It means that we are losing this part in case of a trapezoid. We are not getting the exact result. Area under the curve you will not get the exact result from the trapezoidal rule. You will get the result nearer to the exact result, but not exact result. Okay, so that's the reason compared to trapezoidal rule, Simpson's rule will give a answer nearer to the actual answers. That's the reason you will find that we are going to solve the numericals, all the numericals with the help of a Simpson's rule only. But you should have knowledge about the trapezoidal rule. That's the reason we have taken this discussion in the last class. Okay, so if you get any question that find out the water plane area, find out the volume, and if you have the number of ordinates is 3, or you have a number of ordinates is 7, so that time I will always suggest you to use the Simpson's rule instead of the trapezoidal rule. Because of that, why I am saying Simpson's rule will give the accurate results compared to the trapezoidal rule. Now coming to the Simpson's second rule. Simpson's second rule. So in this case, Simpson's second rule, you will have a Simpson's multiplier is 1, 3, 3, 1. So by looking the multipliers itself, you will come to know that you should have a minimum 4 ordinates. So formula becomes like this: 3h by 8 into 1y0, 3y1, 3y2 plus 1y3. So like this you can use the Simpson's second rule. The rest of the things will be remain same as we have discussed earlier. If you are using y0, y1, y2, y3 is a linear dimensions, then the answer will be a area. If you are using y0, y1, y2, y3 is the areas, the answer becomes a volume. Okay, so like this there are two Simpson's rules are there. Now as we have done in case of a trapezoidal rule, if you have the ordinates more than 3, or in case of Simpson's first rule, if you have ordinates more than 4 in case of a second rule, how to utilize that, how to find the Simpson's multipliers, that all the things we will see once again here. Now consider the Simpson's first rule. In that case, suppose you have ordinates. Now for example, now I will take y0 is ordinate here, y1, you have a y1 here, then you have a y2, then you have a y3, and then y4. Now I will take one more ordinate here. So you have a y5. So how many number of ordinates are there? Number of ordinates is I will take one more ordinate here, so it will be easy. y6. So you have how many ordinates now? We have 7 ordinates. So number of intervals becomes 7 minus 1, it will be 6. Now I want to choose the Simpson's rule, which rule is applicable in this case. So for the first rule, that the condition was number of intervals divisible by 2. If the number of intervals is completely divisible by 2, you can use the first rule. So how many intervals are there? 6 intervals. It is divisible by 2, completely divisible by 2. You can use the Simpson's first rule. Now again, if you see here, this number of intervals is completely divisible by 3 also. Then you can use the Simpson's second rule also. So in this numerical, in this case, you can use any of the numerical, any of the rule, Simpson's first rule or the second rule. Okay. So how to proceed for that? So I will use first the Simpson's first rule, and I will calculate Simpson's multiplier, and we will make the tabular column like that. So first of all, Simpson's first rule for the Simpson's by using the Simpson's first rule. Simpson's first rule. So for the Simpson's first rule, you have to make the area or the region by combining the 3 consecutive ordinates. So I will combine now y0, y1, y2. So like this. So this is the region number 1, A1. Then region number 2, A2. Then the region number 3 is A3. So how to write the Simpson's multiplier in this case? So I will write the Simpson's multiplier below the each ordinate. So for the Simpson first rule, the Simpson's multiplier are like this: 1, 4, 1. Now y2 ordinate is a common between a1 and a2, so that we have to combine the ordinate of a y2 between the region a1 and a2. So it will be like this: 1, 4, 1. Now y4 is a common between a2 and a3, so I will combine the Simpson's multiplier of y4 with a2 and a3. It will be like this: 1, 4, 1. So if you combine all the three regions together, the Simpson's multiplier will be like this: 1, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 1. So this is the Simpson's multiplier for the three different regions. And if you want to now calculate the area of this full region, again I will suggest go to the tabular things only. So how to write that? So first will be always section, then you have ordinates, then you have a Simpson's multiplier, then you have a function of area, provided this ordinate should be in a length or linear property. So in this case I will consider this y0, y1, y2, y3, y4, y5, y6 are all are linear quantities. So sections is like this: you can write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this will be y0, y1, y2, y3, y4, y5, y6. Then Simpson's multiplier, which I have written in the horizontal format, that you can write in the vertical format: 1, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 1. So you can just multiply this. Again I will give the column numbers here: column number 1, column number 2, column number 3, column number 4 becomes column number 2 multiplied by column number 3. So you can multiply this y0 into 1, y1 into 4, y2 into 2, like this you can multiply, and you can generate this function of areas. Okay, now you have a function of area. So do the algebraic summation of this whole thing. So that algebraic summation I will write like this: function of summation of a function of area. So that you will get here. You will get now here. If you have this, then how to proceed? Now this is a function of area, not area. This is a function of area. If I want to calculate the areas, I can proceed like this. So the formula for the Simpson's rule will be h by 3 into this one will be there, summation of function of area. So whatever the thing is coming here, you have to multiply with the h by 3. You will get now area. That will be, unit will be meter square. That will be meter square. And you will get the area, provided this y0, y1, y2 up to y6 they are linear dimensions. Then only you will get the area. Okay. Suppose you have a y0, y1, y2, y3, y4, y6. These all are areas. Then this will become this quantity, or you can say this also. This will become a volume. This is a volume. This will be also volume, and this will be also volume. Unit will be meter cube. Rest of the things, the procedure will be same. Mathematics will remain same. Only the physics is going to change. So like this you can use the Simpson's first rule. If you have the ordinates more than 3 and the spacing between the each consecutive ordinate is the same, and that is h. Okay, so this is the Simpson's first rule. Now suppose you have a in earlier case we have seen Simpson's multiplier where the ordinates having the full spacing, means like you can say h and h. So there are three ordinates, y0, the value is 0 here, y1 and y2. So there are three ordinates, but the spacing between each consecutive ordinate is h. Now suppose if I have a few more ordinates, and that I have put like this at the half interval. If I put in the half interval like this, now this is the half intervals. We have a half intervals. You have a half intervals, not full interval. It is a half interval. Half interval means h by 2. Add h by 2. Now you have to check, irrespective of what is the interval, you have to check how many ordinates are there. So now you have a y0, then you can call this y1 by 2, y1 is there, then y1.5, that you can write y1.5, then y2. So how many ordinates are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ordinates. How many intervals? 5 minus 1, it will be 4. 4 intervals, it is completely divisible by 2. So you can use the first rule. You can use the Simpson's first rule. Now if you are using the Simpson's first rule, how to find the Simpson's multiplier in this case? Now again, for using the Simpson's first rule, you should have a minimum 3 ordinates, irrespective of what is the interval between the each ordinates. Now in this case, I have 3 ordinates, that is y0, y1.5 and y1. So these are the 3 ordinates are there, but the spacing between the each consecutive ordinate is h by 2. Now at this moment, don't think about that. Now these are the 3 ordinates are there. So I will call this is the region number 1. The second case, this is the y1, y1.5 and y2. This is the second region. 3 ordinates. Now how to find out the Simpson's multiplier in this case? Now consider that now there are 3 ordinates. 3 ordinates in the region number 1. There are 3 ordinates. So if it is a 3 ordinates, if we are using the Simpson first rule and the spacing between each consecutive interval ordinate is h, then Simpson's multiplier will be 1, 4, 1. This is applicable for the full interval. This is for the full interval. But in our case, it is not a full interval, it is a half interval. If it is a half interval, what you have to do? You have to divide by 2 with this, all the Simpson's multiplier like this, 1 by 2, 4 by 2, 1 by 2. So now the Simpson's multiplier becomes 1 by 2, 2, 1 by 2. So this is the Simpson's multiplier for the region number 1, that is A1. Now coming to the region number 2, here also same only, there are 3 ordinates. There are 3 ordinates and this is not a full spacing of full interval, this is a half interval. So I can directly write now the Simpson's multiplier for the second region also, 1 by 2, 2, 1 by 2. So this y1 is common between a1 and a2. So I am going to combine these two things. I am going to add this. So final Simpson's multiplier will be like this, 1 by 2, 2, 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, it will be 1, 2, 1 by 2. So this is the final Simpson's multiplier for the calculation of the area of this region by using the Simpson's first rule. So all of you, I think all of you understood that if you have the half interval, how to do the calculation for the Simpson's multiplier. So in this way you can do the calculation for the Simpson's rule. Okay, now we will move again. I will give one more example that will be easy to understand. Now consider that the number of intervals I will increase now. Y0, Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4 and Y5. Just a minute. I will take one more info here. So you have a Wi-Fi here and Y6. So now here everything is a full spacing at this moment. So the spacing between each consecutive ordinates is h. So I will call as a full spacing. Now what I will do now, I will put a few ordinates in between y0 and y1 and in between y5 and y6, and that is also at the half intervals. Here also it is a half intervals, and the rest of the things having the full intervals. Now again check how many total number of interval ordinates are there irrespective of whether it is a full interval or the half interval. So you can see y0, you can call this is a y1.5, y1, y2, y3, y4, y5. This is y5.5, y6. So total number of intervals are 7, 8, 9. 9 intervals are there. You have intervals are 9. Then ordinates, ordinates are 9. So intervals is 9 minus 1, it will be 8. So this number of intervals is completely divisible by 2. You can use the Simpson's first rule. So how to proceed for that? So first task is you have to find out the Simpson's multiplier. You have to find out the Simpson's multiplier. So there are how many regions are there now? You have to first of all make the regions y0, y1 half and y1. This is the first region. Then this is the second region. Then this is the third region. Then you have a fourth region like this. So there are 4 regions. Then how to proceed the Simpson's multiplier? So region number 1. This is the, if you have a Simpson's multiplier, if it is a full spacing, the Simpson's multiplier will be 1, 4, 1. I am writing the Simpson's multiplier below the each ordinate. 1, 4, 1. If it is a full interval, then it will be 1, 4, 1. But it is not a full interval, it is the half interval. So Simpson's multiplier also a half. Now coming to the region number 2. In the region number 2 and the region number 1, y1 is a common. Okay, so Simpson's multiplier also you have to make common. So for the region number 2, the y1 is a common between the region number 1 and the region number 2. So Simpson's multiplier also you have to combine for the ordinate number y1. So but the full here in the region 2 it is a full spacing. So you can write like this 1, 4, 1 only. You have to write 1, 4, 1 because it is a full spacing. The Simpson's multiplier will be full. Now coming to the region number 3, y3 is a common between a2 and a3. Region number 2 and region number 3. The Simpson's multiplier also same 1, 4, 1. Now coming to the region number 4, that is here you can see we have a half ordinates, half intervals are there. So Wi-Fi is a common between the region number 3 and the region number 4. So I will write the intervals Simpson's multiplier like 1 by 2, 4 by 2 and 1 by 2. If I ask combine these things, so it will become 1 by 2, 2, 1, 1 and a half, 4, 2, 4, 1 and a half, 2 and 1 and a half. So like this you can write the Simpson's multiplier if you have the ordinates more than 3 and at the same time if you have half intervals. There might be chances that you may get the question where you have a 1/4 intervals will be there. Now in this case you have seen that there are only half ordinates, half intervals are there. There might be chances that you may have a 1/4 interval will be there. So that time you have to divide 1 by 4 to that Simpson's multipliers. So like this you can do the calculation for the Simpson's multiplier. So crux of this numerical is only is to find out the Simpson's multiplier. Once you know how to calculate the Simpson's multiplier, the rest of the thing is only multiplication and the addition of the numbers. That's all. Nothing is there. I hope everything is clear to all of you. Now coming to the Simpson's second rule. Simpson's second rule. So in the Simpson's second rule, the Simpson's multiplier is 1331 and the formula for this is 3h by 8, 1y0, 3y1, 3y2 and 1y3, like this. So minimum you should have a 4 ordinates. Okay, suppose now if you have the ordinates more than 4, how to proceed for that? How to proceed for that? That we will discuss now, as we have done in case of a Simpson's first rule. Suppose I have ordinates here. Now consider you have 10 ordinates here. There are 10 ordinates. So ordinates is 10. Intervals becomes 10 minus 1. It will be 9. So this is completely divisible by 3. So you can use the Simpson's second rule. You can use the Simpson's second rule. Then how to calculate the Simpson's multiplier in this case, that we will discuss now. So what we have seen, for the Simpson's second rule you should have a minimum 4 ordinates. So what I will do, I will make the region by considering the 4 ordinates, 0, 1, 2, 3. This is the first region. From 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the second region. Then from the 6, 7, 8, 9, you have a third region. So there are 3 regions, A1, A2, A3. Now I will write the Simpson's multiplier. For the region 1, it will be 1, 3, 3, 1. Provided the spacing is the same, and that is also full spacing. Now for the region 2, the ordinate number 3 is a common between A1 and A2. So Simpson's multiplier also combined 1, 3, 3, 1. For the region 3, the Simpson's multiplier will be like this, 1, 3, 3, 1. If you add this all the Simpson's multiplier, it will be 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 1. So like this Simpson's multipliers will come for the whole region, 1, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 1. The same thing will be applicable if you have the half spacing, or you can say half interval, whatever the things we have done in case of a Simpson's first rule, same thing is applicable. You have to divide by the 2 to the all Simpson's multiplier if it is a half interval. If it is a 1/4 interval, then you have to divide by 4 to the all Simpson's multipliers. Okay, I hope all of you understood this. Now I will take one numerical. In that you can see how to utilize the Simpson's multipliers. So now you can see this is the one of the numerical where how many ordinates are there. The number of ordinates is 8. Number of ordinates is 8, and the number of interval is 8 minus 1, it is 7. Now you can see 7 is neither divisible by 2 nor 3. Then which rule is applicable? The Simpson's rule, how you are going to use them. And if you are using the Simpson's rule, how to utilize the Simpson's rule here. That you have to understand first. Okay, so if this is the condition, how to use the Simpson's rule. So we will discuss that now. So what I will do now, I will make a region like this. So from 0 to ordinate number 3, I will use the Simpson's second rule. So I can make the region like this. So for the Simpson's second rule, I need the minimum 4 ordinates. So I will start 0, 1, 2, 3. So this region number 1, I will use the Simpson's first rule, the second rule. Simpson's second rule. Now remaining how many ordinates are left? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So how many ordinates are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5 ordinates here. So if you have 5 ordinates, interval becomes a 4. 4 is divisible by 2 completely. So you can use the Simpson first rule. So for this region, I can make the use of a Simpson's second rule. So for the second region, I can use the Simpson first rule. So how to calculate that? So what we have done here, we have combined Simpson's first rule as well as a second rule. Then how to calculate the area for the Simpson's first area A1 as well as A2. Now here, don't try to combine the multipliers. Here. You have to do the calculation for the A1 separately. You have to do the calculation A2 separately, and then you have to add up. Why I am saying you can't combine like this. I will tell you 1, 3, 3, 1. And then you might be thinking that, sir, I will do like this 1, 4, 2, 4, 1. So I can combine this 1 plus 1. Don't combine this. Why I am saying? Because when you are using the Simpson's second rule, the multiplication factor was a 3h by 8. And for the Simpson first rule, the multiplication factor was a h by 3. So that's the reason you can't combine this 1 and 1 together. So what I will suggest now, do the calculation for the A1 separately, do the calculation for the A2 separately, and find out the area 1 separately, find out the area 2 separately by using this formula, and then you can add the 2 areas. You can't add the individual multipliers here as we have done the addition of the multipliers here. So multipliers only you can add if you are using the same rule adjacent to the each other of the region. Now in this case, for the region A1 we are using the Simpson's second rule. For the region A2 we are using the Simpson's first rule. So don't add the multipliers where the combined ordinate is there. Don't add. That is a wrong methodology. Okay, so that is the only thing which I want to tell here. We will do some couple of the numericals. You will understand what we are discussing in this class. Thank you very much.